I start off by using this armature wire, twist it like a human form, and then I put it on the stand. And then I add a very thin wire. This helps the clay stick on better. I usually use aluminum foil for this, but I use masking tape. And then I add the clay on top of it. This is the form it gave me. I also really suck at human anatomy, so this is me just kind of adding like little bunches of clay together to make it kind of look like, you know, muscle and shoulder blades. And then I add a very thin piece of layer of clay and brush it on with oil. This gives it a less of a rough look. And then I add the boobs. This is the stand I bought at Goodwill. It was only $4.99. And I thought this is so perfect for Medusa. I grabbed more clay, and this is where I wrapped the tail around the candle holder. The next step was to add the little scales. This took me about 2 to 3 hours. I do recommend using saran wrap so that way it looks less rough. This is the mirror that she's holding, and here I'm making her hands. I've gotten a little faster at making hands. I've been sculpting creature hands for quite a while now. And believe it or not, hands are one of the hardest things to learn in my perspective. Like this hand right here, it came out a little bit less cool looking than the other one. I accidentally made it a little flat looking once I added the knuckles. I still didn't change it though. Knuckles is what gives hands more of that oomph look though. So make sure you know you add them knuckles. And here I am rolling up another ball of clay for her head. I am not, and I mean it, I am not the best at human faces. I do like to draw the little cross on the face though too, so I can see exactly where everything's gonna go. Oh my god, it looks like handsome Squidward. You remember that episode of SpongeBob? Oh my goodness. Anyway, so here I spread her jaw open to make her look like more of a snake. Like I said, I distort them so that way it gives me an excuse of not knowing how to make human faces. But I think it looks more like a necromorph here from Dead Space, those little crawly scorpion looking like ones. And I think they're so adorable. But yeah, so this is what I add the translucent cosclay for her teeth. This is me making the little snakes on her head. I didn't want to do the basic look of the little tiny snakes all over her head, so I gave her about 4 snakes on her head. I thought it looked a lot cooler. And when I go about painting, I like to scrape up some pastels and use the powder with water. And I start brushing it on so that way I don't use a nasty thick layer of acrylic. It gives it more of a realistic look to it. Here I'm adding the red shading on it, like skin. Here I do the same thing with the tail, the rest of her body. I did use some acrylic at the end, like right here, to darken it. This is her little brassiere thing that I use. I didn't want her to just have her titties popping out. I'm painting her face gray here because obviously she's looking in the mirror, which means she now turned herself into stone. Here I'm giving it the appearance that the stone is spreading throughout her body. I added some stones to her body to make it look a little more cute. And after I'm finished, this is what it looks like. I thought it was such a good idea to add the green moss to it. I wanted it to look like she was straight out of her Medusa layer. This is where she found the mirror and looked at herself like an idiot. But see, this is the rest of her body. I gave her a little belly button ring. How cute. And yeah, this is the rest. And I appreciate you guys looking. And you guys need to follow my Instagram. And yeah, thank you.